following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here on the NRLOA channel, and we are ready to begin the second half of the season. Here in the NRLOA Chick-fil-A Cup Series Season number 7, we're qualifying for the Storm Bowling 375K. This is unchartered qualifying, and a different twist for unchartered qualifying today. Only one driver will advance onto the main event, not two. It'll be a 41-car field for Road America tomorrow morning due to the fact that the first pit stall here doesn't work out too well. So we had to move all the stalls back, and that means that only 41 cars will be able to make it, which means only one guy here in this session will make it, the fastest. So if you're not the fastest, you're not racing tomorrow or qualifying later on today. Alongside Alex Bonsignor for this event here today, you got Isaac Redmond, first guy out. It's a very long racetrack, so these guys are probably going to get one lap in here in this qualifying session, considering we're keeping it at 5 minutes for these guys. So what do you got to do to get a good lap here at Road America?
Definitely the best thing here to get a good lap at Road America is, one, you definitely got to find your braking zones, and two, you definitely got to hit your apexes. It kind of sounds a little like more open wheel-esque type racing, maybe Verizon Car Indy or Haas IndyCar-esque talk, but it's true. You have to hit your apexes. You have to really find your braking points at this track. So that way, when you are able to get through the turn perfectly fine, you can have a better shot at getting a better time, hitting your apexes and your braking points without trying to completely overthrow the lap.
And we will be having the Indy cars, Indy Lights coming up in half an hour, and IndyCar in an hour here. IndyCar over on Napa Fan, Indy Lights here on the NRLOA channel, so check those out, and we'll be seeing a lot of those braking points come into play in that one. 36, this is Christian Master, and the first time Master's been in this car since the beginning of the season. This thing has been with Colton Yo and Ashlyn Boyd practically the entire season. They've qualified it in 7 times. It's about half the season up to this point, and Master looking to do so for American Motorsports. Next guy in line, the 67 machine, Mark Davidson, second in a row for him. And I believe he attempted at Daytona, attempting again for North State Racing. North State Racing doing really good with Stuart Gratton and Patrick Smith, both in the top 10 in points coming into this event. Matt Tuck in the 98. Got the best Beast Racing driver in the Fresh from Florida Firecracker 250 last Thursday night. You gotta remember when I'm doing all this stuff. Nathan Baird back in the 71 for a second straight week, and Titan Fury Motorsports. Josh Crash in the 85. 74 machine is Eli Bright, and the 97 of Casey Hoffman. And we got the 18 of Isaac Redmond, beginning his first and what will most likely be only lap here of this session. I'm not entirely sure how much extra time they're going to get, but they're definitely going to have to let these guys complete their laps. Casey Hoffman and the 74 machine of Eli Bright. So everybody will get a time in. They will make sure of that, but we'll have to see how it all goes down here in these last few minutes here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to really show with this last minute and 14 seconds to see who makes a race and who doesn't. This one lap, it's a make it or break it kind of situation. You are either going to set a good lap and you're going to make this race, or you're going to fail to qualify. And I'm really hoping well for the number 36 at the moment to make this race, considering the last few drivers that have qualified have made it in, and one of them being Ashlyn Boyd, who currently races in the NRLOA Willem Modified Tour. I'm really hoping to see a lot of them make this race.
American Motorsports has definitely had the strongest uncharted program this season, but they have yet to get a driver other than Ashlyn Boyd or Colton Yo in a race. So we'll have to see what Master does here. We'll see what Isaac Redmond sets here in the number 18. Of course, we've already raced for the Turkey Hill Series. They had their race yesterday, so doing it a little bit differently, but the hot seat's still awarded off of Daytona for these guys. So kind of an interesting schedule for this week, but We go for Isaac Redmond up the hill. Of course, yesterday was Thursday, not Wednesday if I said Wednesday. Apologize about that. Oh my, he's under 2 minutes! I was not expecting that. Very fast times in this session. I don't know if I've ever seen under 2 minutes here before Road America. That surprised me. Master's too slow, unfortunately. I don't think he'll make it on. Mark Davidson, his lap. Will it be enough? Yes, it will. Top of the board for Mark Davidson now.
Oh, wow.
Matt Tuck next in line. And you know what? I think Isaac Redmond and Christian Master might get another lap in, possibly. Matt Tuck in the 98. Third, won't make it on. Only the fastest driver will advance on to the show tomorrow morning.
And it looks to be good so far for North State as they have their unchartered driver in the field.
Here comes Nathan Baird in the 71. Looking to complete his lap for Titan Fury Motorsports as he comes off the final corner and drives up the hill. A very fast racetrack here today. It's a cool racetrack, so I believe that's why they're going as fast as they are. Nathan Baird in the 71, top of the board. He pushes Mark Davidson off. Here comes Josh Crash in the 85. Crash will go to second. Not enough for Josh Crash to make it to the show. Eli Bright, and you know who might get a good lap? It might be Casey Hoffman, because he might have had a bit of a draft here on the 74 this lap, and that might have given him the advantage. Eli Bright will go to 7th. Casey Hoffman, top of the board, here in unchartered qualifying.
Casey Hoffman doing a really good job for NRLOA Sports at the moment, going top of the board at a minute 58.
He had the draft on Eli Bright, and I think that might give him the spot. Make his first ever start in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Redmond came close, could not do it. Master, will he have enough?
Nope.
No, he won't. Davidson's going to get another shot. They added 30 more seconds on. This will be the end of the clock, though. I will tell you that. So Mark Davidson, will he advance past Casey Hoffman? Does not appear that he will. And Matt Tuck's going to be the last guy if he can cross the line in time. It's going to be either Matt Tuck or Casey Hoffman. For the unchartered driver moving on, and it will be Casey Hoffman. His first career start in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. He will be the only driver to advance on, since we are only going to have 41 drivers in this race because of the pit road. I did mention that earlier. Hoffman gets the spot in the unchartered qualifying session for NRLOA Motorsports. It'll be his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series start here at Road America. Let's see what he does along with the other 40 full-time drivers here for the pole in the Storm Bowling 375K. And here we are once again at Road America to qualify for the Storm Bowling 375K pole qualifying here for Road America. It is going to be extra critical because we are at a road course, and at the road courses, where you start means everything. Brad Stover won the Pole Canadian Tire earlier this season. He dominated and got the win. Road America is a little bit different than Canadian Tire, but we're going to have a very similar situation in this race, and where you start means a lot. If you start in the top 5, you got a good chance of victory, but if you're outside the top 5, you might have a hard time getting the win. We will have to see how pit strategy goes, but it's going to be a fun one. Nonetheless, here Road America. Blaine Keys, first driver out there. If I'm not mistaken, Keys was a guy who was up front at Daytona last week. I think he avoided the crash, but I don't think he got the win. He still lasted in points. His chase hopes are pretty much done at this point, unfortunately, but they're trying to get a few wins this season for Wade Enterprises. And John Arndt, he's on the bubble, only 8 points behind the cutoff. This said they line up in the points coming into this event, and it is quite an interesting points battle, to say at the least. We do have Cody Sill, who is 73 points ahead of the cutoff right now as the points leader. A veteran driver is in the points lead for the first time since, I think, maybe race 3 of the season. So congratulations to Cody Sill on that. 424 points for him. 68 ahead is John Stewart. 60 ahead is Brad Stover. 45 ahead is Roger Ray. 23 ahead is Stuart Gratton. 20 ahead, Nicholas Sambadio. 13 ahead, Michael Canto. 13 ahead, Patrick Smith. 8 ahead, Diego Yepes. And 7 ahead, Tristan Allen. Those are the 10 guys who come into this race in the top 10 in points. Justin Heath, -7. John Arndt is 8 points behind the cutoff. Elijah Gordon, 11 points behind the cutoff. And Cameron Garlington, 12 points behind the cutoff. So only 5 races remain until that cutoff becomes a real cutoff, and we do, in fact, cut off 30 full-time drivers from championship contention. So if you're not in the top 10 at the end of Indianapolis, you're not making the chase. Simple as that. John Arndt is on the edge, and a top 5 run here in this qualifying session could give him a win tomorrow, and a win tomorrow would definitely put him in the top 10 with only 4 races left. Isaac Nichols, Alonso in the 40. Trey Bartow will be making a run here. Aaron Walpole, Justin Heath. We had Casey Hoffman win unchartered qualifying, the only driver to advance on from unchartered qualifying. He had a draft, and the draft is going to be a big factor in this one. If you don't have a draft, you might not get a good lap. You see Garrett Sonor, I don't know if he's won this race before. I want to say he has, but I don't know if he has. He's won in the Turkey Hill Series here before. And we'll have to see what he can do. Of course, Gratton in the top 10 coming into this race. And we'll have to see what he does. And William Brock, first driver to complete a lap, I think. And you know what? I think he was coming off the pit lane there. So you see William Brock and Matt Dallio, Patrick Smith, all those times that they are posting, they started their pit stop, or pit stall, I should say, is before the start-finish line, so that's why they're clocking in times. First guy who will officially complete a time will be...
number 95 of Julio Cesar, I believe, if it's 202.
No, it will not. It's going to be Blaine Keys in the 64. So this is where it means a lot. We'll have to see how it all goes down here for Blaine Keys.
Well, he's got the draft at the moment a little bit, so this may help him in the sense of getting a good lap time. I would be very happy to see these laps under 2 minutes left on unchartered qualifying.
We'll have to see. Blaine Keys will be the first to complete a full lap under speed, and he will clock in at a 1:58.7. That's faster than anybody in unchartered qualifying, so we got some fast cars on the racetrack. John Arndt, top of the board. Isaac Nichols in the 22 will go to third. Alonso in the 40 will go to second. Here comes Trey Bartow, next guy in line. Here at Road America, they're spread out enough that we can actually see each of these guys come in and clock their time. It's kind of nice, so we can check everything out. Bartow to third. Walpole and Justin Heath.
And so far right now.
Number 34. Top of the board for Aaron Walpole. And then Justin Heath right behind him. Justin Heath is a really big name right now. He's 11th in the points, only 7 behind the cutoff. He had a great run at Daytona last week, which put him up in the 11th position in points. And he's got a good chance of making the chase as a rookie driver. Still has never won before a Napa fan. And we'll have to see what he can do. How about Nicholas Sambadio in the number 24 to the top of the board? And then Patrick Smith comes right in there, looking for his first win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Gratton got it 2 weeks ago. We'll see if Patrick Smith can do it, if he can hold on to the top position. A great run there for Patrick Smith in the 66.
Yeah, but back to what you said earlier about Justin Heath, he's kind of been the underdog of the season. Because, I mean, just looking at the results he's been posting, where he is in the points at the moment, he's really turning into kind of the dark horse or the underdog in this Chick-fil-A Cup Series season.
You know, we had Casey Hoffman be the one guy who advanced on. He just went to the top of the board for NRLOA Motorsports under a minute 58.
Wow.
Oh my, that's a good one for Casey Hoffman. He's ready for his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series start. Of course, Caleb Hoffman, a 7-time winner in this series. Well, Caleb's son, quote-unquote right there. He's only 15. If he has a son, he's got problems. But fastest time for Casey Hoffman right now here in Storm Bowling 375K qualifying at Road America. Alonso, his second lap to second. Then Patrick Smith, Nicholas Sambadio, and Justin Heath, the top 5.
It's really showing how much of these drivers, you know, where the draft really helps here at Road America, and it's really helping people like Casey Hoffman, Arvin Alonso, and a lot of others that are just following in that draft and are probably going to be setting good lap times here.
I'm going to watch out for Nicholas Samadillo. I think he has a very fast machine. I kind of just sense it out of him, and wouldn't be something if Samadillo got the win. We'll see. We do have a new pole sitter, and that is William Brock. He was right behind Jordan Carter in the 26. He's at the top of the board. William Brock has not won a race in Season 4 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, even though a majority of that time was spent not in a ride. It's been a tough season for him, and a win would definitely be welcome to the veteran driver. How about Luke Rainey? In number 12, up to third. That's a great sight to see out of this team. I do believe they might be the only team so far this season without a top 10. Quintero Racing Incorporated and Luke Rainey. They've had a tough one. Matthew Phillips just went to second. Casey Hoffman, Luke Rainey, Alonso. How about NRLOA Motorsports? They got 3 of their guys in the top 10. Jesse Turner, Matt Dalio in there. Dalio is 6th in the 79. No, Dalio has not won here before. For some reason, I feel like he has, but I don't think that's happened before. Jesse Turner is 7th. Patrick Smith and Nicholas Samadillo. Now Jonathan Wong in 10th. Great run for Wong there in the number 39. Ace Garcia to the top of the board in the number 92. And this is a guy who has had a lot, and I mean a lot, of just unfortunate events happen to him. And right now, he is sitting on the verge of possibly his first career Chick-fil-A Cup Series win. If he can win this pole, there's a very good chance he'll be in victory lane tomorrow morning. Now, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Here at Road America, we do get passing for the lead. It does happen, so definitely check it out tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting event. Probably the best road course race of the season. Maybe not. Maybe not going to beat Watkins Glen when we get to Watkins Glen in the chase. But this is definitely a great road course. Better than the past 2 we've had. I can guarantee you that. This race will be interesting. And I'm looking forward to see who gets it done. And it might very well be Ace Garcia in the 92. Who just grabbed the fastest time here in Storm Bowling 375K qualifying at Road America.
Yeah, to see Ace Garcia on provisional pole at the moment after what he's been through for most of this season, it's really great to see the turnaround that he's got so far. He's doing really well at the moment, just running as fast as he can, as hard as he can, being very aggressive on this qualifying lap, but also trying to stay a little conservative at the same time to keep the car in one piece. And that draft it's a big thing to be involved with here at Road America.
Definitely is. And Ace Garcia, just like that, it turns around. One win could put him right back into a place where he gets another couple of good runs, and he will be in the chase. And that's all it takes. I mean, just look at what Alonso has done this season. He was massively deep in the points before his win at Dover. Well, now he's 6th in the standings here at the qualifying session, in qualifying. And in the points, he is, I believe, 15th coming into this event. Another top 5 would put him closer and closer to that top 10 before the regular season ends. And it's looking good for Alonso. He is definitely making it work pretty well in his retirement season here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series.
Oh, he definitely is. And it's very disappointing that I didn't get to see him sign up for the NRLOA Wheel and Modified Tour. At least maybe one last go in NRLOA in that one where God is champion, but he decided not to do the rest of the season, and I think it's a very bold choice for him.
He's focused in this season, no question about it. He is focused, and we'll have to see what he can do tomorrow morning. He's going to get a good starting position, but speaking of good starting position, you got Ace Garcia in the number 92 with the fastest time in qualifying. And I'm excited for this guy, no question about him. I want to see him get the win tomorrow because he deserves it after the season he has had, the career he has had, so many second place finishes. I'm telling you, Ace Garcia is on the verge of it tomorrow morning, and you might want to watch. It's going to be a historic moment if Ace Garcia wins, let me tell you that. I don't think anyone has had as many second place finishes as he has and not got a win in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Our own Chase Elliott here in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series, and pretty fitting that I'm Napa fan. Yeah, I know him
He
well.
could potentially be the bridesmaid no more at this point if he stays on provisional pole at the moment. But now
I
that
think he will. I don't think anybody else is going to get him here. Not seen any difference in the top 10 in a while, so it's looking good for the Friesen Motorsports driver. Friesen Motorsports is one of only, I think, maybe 4 or 5 teams yet to get a win this season. Durek Motor Racing's yet to get a win. And then the other single car teams. As a matter of fact, I don't think a single car team has won a race yet this season with John Art, Trey Bartow, Elijah Gordon, Cody Sill, those guys. And there we go. It's over. Give it to Ace Garcia. I believe that might be his first career pole. And the thing about Ace Garcia, he has yet to lead a lap this season as well. But he's come close this season. Just hasn't done so yet. We might see that change tomorrow. Very well could see that change in tomorrow's 12-lap event here at Road America. Ace Garcia on the pole. He'll start alongside William Brock. Matthew Phillips, the uncharted driver of Casey Hoffman, in 4th. His first ever Chick-fil-A Cup Series start could be a victory tomorrow. Jay Jefferson, Julio Caesar tied. I'm going to check that out there. Luke Rainey, Hirschel, Irvin Alonso, Matt Delia, Jesse Turner, Patrick Smith, and Jonathan Wong at the top 10. And that's the rest of the results right there. McMillan, who finished 2nd in this race, and Nichols, who won this race last year, 39th and 41st.
Ooh,
all over the place once again in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun one tomorrow. It'll be a fun one tomorrow, no question. I'm excited for Ace Garcia here. This could be it for him, but you never know. It's going to be a nerve-wracking race for him, no question about it. And we'll just have to see how it goes. We did see, we've seen it here before in Season 5. Griffin Lynn dominated this event, and on the final lap, he overshot the carousel. And I'm telling you, Ace Garcia has that kind of luck, unfortunately. I want to see him break it so bad. We're just going to have to see. It's going to be a good one tomorrow morning, 12 laps at Road America on Napa Fan at 9 a.m. Eastern Time for the Storm Bowling 375 calf. Talked enough today. Got some Indy Lights coming up from Road America. IndyCar at 5. We're going to have a lot of great stuff this weekend. Stick around. It's going to be fun. Thank you guys very much for watching. On behalf of Alex Bongino, he'll be in the booth with me tomorrow morning as well. That is it for me. I will see you guys later. Congratulations to Ace Garcia on his pole here at Road America.